YouTube, it's Monica again. I'm here with my Homeschool Check In, and I just want to tell you what we're doing today. So I wanted to talk to you a little today about organizing your day. So every day when I wake up, I sit down, I get a piece of paper and I say, what am I going to do today? If there's activities that I have to do at certain times, I write that down because those are sort of my benchmarks. And then the rest of the day can be organized around those things. For example, we have Taekwondo at 3:30 today. I have to go to the grocery store. And also my son requested that we go to the shoe store. So we're going to do that as well. In addition to me planning my day, the kids are always asking me, can we do this? Can we do that? They have a big laundry list of things they want to do. And I think that's important. So I asked them to make their own list, both of them, my 6 and my 9-year-old, of what they want to do. And then every morning when I make a plan for what we're going to do, I look at their list and I try to incorporate some of the stuff if I can. You know, like if we're going to be in a certain area and one of them wants to go to the shoe store, for example, well, hey, that works out today, so let's get that done today. Let's make a plan. Let's make it a priority. And so they feel like they are taken seriously and what they want to do is taken seriously as well because, you know, that's fair. So anyway, so I sit down and I figure out the things I have to do. And then, of course, you know, comes the schoolwork. So as I've told you guys before, I make a curriculum. I have 40 weeks of work. I broke it down by week on my computer. And then once I complete a week, I go to my computer and I break it down for the next following week, but I break it down by day. And I actually write out a card because I like that. Today, for example, all I had to do was I had to look at my list and say, okay, this is what we do today. But of course, I like to have some flexibility and I like to be able to make changes if necessary. So here's a little example of the kind of work that we did today. I'll show it to you, and it's cute actually. Also right now while I'm making this video, the kids are outside. They're working on some project with cardboard and glue, and I think my son is making a costume for Halloween. That's awesome. I love it. But here is what we did today as far as schoolwork. So today, I have 2 munchkins, of course, and the first is the boy. He has several things that he needs to do. One of the most important that he does is Mama Math every day. And what this is I write out some math problems. But he also has another program that he uses called Patterns in Arithmetic. And I just really felt that the Mama Math was getting to be too much, but I'm still going to keep it because it has its place. It's just where I write out problems for them, but it was too much for today. And the next thing is spelling. We just write out a list of 10 words every day that they don't know. They study them. I test them. Any ones that they miss, they write out 10 times. And then there's, of course, creative writing. It's just writing practice. So today my son worked on something really cool. He worked on a bird book. And the bird book is really long and really involved, and it's all about birds of prey. And he's excited about it. So fantastic. That makes me happy. And then we always have history. We do it a couple times a week. It's from Story of the World. I read to them while they color, and they like it. And then ed reading, educational reading. I just try to make sure that most days they read some book that is nonfiction that they enjoy, so they learn a little something new every day. And then we're all done and we're super happy. And of course there is my little girl. We can't forget her. She just turned 6. She's getting bigger. The girl. And she's excited to start on spelling. So I told her when she's 6 she has to do it, and I was going to let it slide, but she wanted to do it, so we did it today. Started with 5 words and went to 10. Then there's the Mama Math. And again, I was just feeling like their schoolwork was taking a little too long. I will keep it as an option. But for now, she is doing Right Start Math. So she ended up, getting some good learning from that. So we just did the Right Start Math today and said we'll wait a little bit on the Mama Math. Then the girl reads. Okay, so Marlo has to practice reading. And then Mama reads. So I want to make sure that I never forget, and I always make time to read to her every day. And then she has to write. every day. So today she has a couple thank you cards that she had to write for her birthday from some presents that family members gave her. So that's what she did today, and I thought that was great practice writing for a 6-year-old. So the last thing I wanted to touch on today was, are you feeling behind? Because a lot of homeschool parents, especially if you're new to it, but I think everyone gets this feeling of being behind a lot. And I think there's two things that really contribute to that. One thing is overscheduling, and the other thing is having a summer break. So let's go to the first thing, overscheduling. I'm totally guilty of this, and as you saw in the example, I was doing too much math. I like my little mama math thing that we do. I will still do it sometimes because there's going to be gaps in the little programs that we're using, or just I think they will need to be reminded of certain skills so they don't forget. But I want to leave that as optional, and I was making it mandatory before. So yeah, overscheduling is a real thing. And so that's kind of my version of overscheduling, is putting a little too much in our schedule. And what I see a lot of other homeschoolers doing is too many classes. Classes are good, but I wonder, are you stressed out a little bit? Are you stressed out a little because you're not having time maybe to get to the basics? So when I think of basics, I think of reading, well, it's little kids, reading, writing, spelling, handwriting. And so creative writing versus handwriting, math, like the basics, and learning to read and also being read to. Like those are the basics, and whatever else you do, you need to be able to do those things. So there are a lot of really, really cute classes out there, fun classes, but just make sure that you're not doing so much that you can't see friends. That's like so important. And as the parent who is implementing, who is the teacher basically, there has to be a little time for you. For example, I enjoy making these videos. This is my little bit of time, and I need it. And you need your time. You need a little time. I mean, we're talking maybe 20 minutes to read a book. The other thing is a summer vacation. Now, I know in our culture, it is this enshrined, amazing, wonderful thing. Everyone loves summer vacation. But I want to suggest to you that it's actually stressing you out. Because if you're trying to cram a whole year's of work in 9 months so you can have 3 months of forgetting stuff and being lazy and cultivating bad work ethic and habits, I think it's actually stressing you out. This year, I said, okay, I planned to have 200 days of school. It might be a little too much. I might reevaluate. I might go to what is a little more common to be about like 180 days. But right now I'm at 200. And then I have another little piece of paper where I literally have little check boxes for all the extra weekdays during the year that I can take off. And I check them off when I take them off, just so I have a visual. That helps me. And what I'm saying is I'm really advocating for more balance. So doing your school throughout the whole year, but taking 3-4 days off to, go on a little trip to see family, taking a day off to go to the beach, taking 2 days off before Christmas, 3 days off after Christmas. And so you have a lot of days off, but it's spread out and it just creates more balance, and you're not trying to cram so much into 9 months and really stressing you out. So what I'm saying is, if you're feeling stressed, you're feeling like you're not getting to everything, simplify. Simplify your life. Say, what can I cut out? What are my priorities? What's really important to me? Make sure you get those things done, and don't take a summer break. It just makes for sanity and happiness, because your kids are at home, they're homeschooling. Isn't the whole like a huge part of that so they can be happy, so that you can teach them to love learning, right? You don't want to teach them to be stressed out and to hate it. So anyway, I hope that you found this video helpful. And if you have any ideas or tips or comments, please write that in the comments below. Click thumbs up and share if you like it, please. Have a great day.